Fast Twilight tech just yet in this PvP. Here we go.
And the game has started. At the top right of Cloud Kingdom, we have in the red the first player. And what does he do? He sends out a probe immediately. This is going to be early action by Best. He wants to go for the proxy. And on the other side of the map, at the bottom left, in the blue starts his opponent. Player for FXO is the coach. It is Choya. Will he scout? Will he scout this offensive build by his opponent? Will he scout the proxy pylon? That's basically the question what it all comes down to.
This is a really unique location to proxy, by the way. He is going for the location that's less likely to be scouted. It's not the fastest way. It's not like the quickest way to get the Zealots into Choya's base, which means he may wait for like 2 Zealots and then send. Depends on when Choya scouts and if he sees that. This is actually really, really interesting. He's going to be doing 10-10 gates. Sometimes you see people try to go for like a 9 gateway really, really fast, but that's not what we're going to see here. Choya already checking for cannoning. I do not believe that actually is spotted. If it is, then he's screwed.
No, he has not spotted it, and I don't think that he really can from the high ground position where he is at. He needs to walk this probe to the right, which he of course does not do. He walks straight towards the top right, his opponent's main base. And it will take quite a while until up to the point where he realizes, well, you don't have anything in your main. So where exactly did you build your pylon? Where are your gates? And then he will know for sure. But Best is currently about to finish his double gateway, and then he can start with his Zealot production.
Now, as soon as, you're right, now as soon as Choya gets into the main base, he's going to know, okay, something's up here. He must be proxying me. But by that point, things are already going to spiral out of control. Is he going to get his core? Yep. Core before Zealot, the first Zealot. 4 Bests are there, cancels, and he's going forwards. He knows he cannot get a second gateway because he scouted too late. He's getting a forge here. Now this becomes very important because Choya still has a probe on the map. That means that probe can counter cannon after he puts up a defensive cannon. That's something that Best is not going to be aware of unless he follows that probe. Choya actually sending his probe back, interestingly enough, though.
There's the first of his Zealots, and this is going to get really interesting. Choya will have a Zealot out in just a few seconds. As soon as the forge is done, if he gets a cannon into the game, then suddenly this match completely turns. So right now, here we go. The cannon is building, and now he needs to protect it. He needs to protect the cannon, and things are looking not too shabby for Choya.
Yeah, they certainly are. Second Zealot comes in.
And no additional Zealots here for Best. He's not building any right now. He's waiting for his Cybernetics core.
Yeah, he's getting the core back at home.
He's not overcommitting to this.
And this is actually going to put him potentially ahead because he's forced a lot of lost mining time. He's sending a Zealot back to defend this.
Choya is still ahead, of course, in the Harvest account, but with the Stalkers earlier on the map, what Best can do is just walk into Choya's base and pick a few buildings off.
Yeah, or buildings or probes even.
Because Choya's core will be so late and he will not have any kind of range unit anytime soon. If he goes for the counter cannon, as you already mentioned, this could be something that he might be able to pull off, but I don't think so.
Well, now it's too late, I feel. You know, it's possible, but he doesn't even have the probe out anymore, and they send that Zealot across the map. Now, double Stalker's already almost out for Best. He's going to be able to do so much with these. This is so important. Choya is in a lot of trouble here. He may be able to target down a probe or two, depending on the micro of Best. Oh! Nicely done.
Yeah, well done by Best here, and Choya is in trouble a little bit. Very well microed so far by Best, and 2 Stalkers heading to the main base of Choya, who has no core just yet. The Zealot is already gone. He's headed out with 2 additional Zealots, and this buys him time.
This buys him some time for sure. With the Stalkers, there's a 3rd one on the way. He's going in a 2nd cannon. I believe that's what that is at the north. Has to be made. Yep. Got to get that 2nd cannon, but he can actually avoid this as well. Start picking away at that gateway. He can even go around the cannon and go behind the mineral line if he wants to. That's a little bit scary because he could get surrounded by probes. But the choice is his, man. He can do whatever he wants. Taking out one of Choya's probes here right away. And the probes, they're forced off the line. With good micro from Best, he should be able to take most of these out.
Yeah, he's able to control the high ground here, but he has 1 Stalker against 3. Choya needs to be careful. Some free shots for Best Stalkers. And Choya now in dire straits as his gateway is being pressured. There are 2 additional ones. He's trying to get the gateway research, but it's still quite a long time away. And now Best suddenly starts to target down the Cybernetics core. If he's able to pick off either one of these buildings, it will hurt Choya a lot.
Yeah, he's not quite deciding either one. I see why he wants the core, because if he gets the core, he can stop warp gate research, which is going to be a huge advantage he has over Best, because Best did not start warp gate research right away. Oh, this is actually getting really scary. Will he finish that? He's spending a lot of chrono here.
If Choya loses the warp gate, then I think
Probe's coming up!
Too late. It's too late. It dies. He pulled the probes a little bit too late. And this is basically... I mean, Best now has everything that he needs to decide this game in his favor. He is on a decent harvester count, 14 to 18, but his tech is so far ahead, there won't be any additional stalkers for Choya anymore. He only has 2 against 5, and of course, Best can warp in additional ones. He will completely overwhelm this opponent with ranged units.
And he did lose a ton of probes, so that's 18 to 12, but I mean, like you said, he can, if he wants to, he can actually take out these cannons. If he micros against them, and he will. Look at that, pulls back the weakened stalker. Gonna get that cannon, gets it. And
he moves in, and Choya is using his probes. This is a desperate attempt. That was really well done.
Great micro against the Zealot attacks of Choya as well. Making this work with less probes, just having the units faster than his opponent. Look at that micro. His micro is actually insane.
Yeah, it's really well done.
I don't think I've seen a micro like this in quite some time in PvP. This is actually really impressing me. Whoa!
Well, he could have saved that stalker.
Now, well, GG, Choya eliminated here.
Yes. Choya going down 1-2 after winning the first game. He loses map number 2 and number 3. Oh, it's time for a legend dance. Oh, yeah.
Well, that's it. This guy really one of the most emotional winners there ever has been and ever will be, man. When he wins, he always has a smiling face. I was about to stand up and do a Colossus swipe, man. I was so ready for that, but he didn't do it. He should stand up and do like the Zealot attack instead.
Well, this PvP closes things for now. We are waiting for the next match to start, but we are headed into a short break, and then we will see what exactly we are able to watch next. Of course, we have to wait for the Koreans to pick out another game at the venue. So guys, we are having a 5-minute break, maybe a little bit longer. We'll find out soon enough, and then we are back with the next game from the WCS preliminaries. See you in a few.
차원관문을 완성시키지 못하게 만든 이 도지혁 선수의 후반 뚝심이